Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your 2019 All-Stars. Introducing first the visiting team, the blue team. From Charlotte, Montana, number 10, Lander Smith. From Circle, number 11, Brady Taylor. From Arlene, number 12, Lane Shaw. From Victor, number 20, Jacob Boucher. From Arlene, number 21, Chase Gardner. Also from Arlene, number 22, Dar Bolin. From Flint Creek, number 30, Colby Manley. Culverton, number 31, Noah Nicola. From Flint Creek, number 32, Kane Hess. From Bryce, number 40, Thomas Drain. From Circle, number 41, Calder Fleming. Also from Circle, number 42, Trevor Hogan. Culverton, number 50, Lucas Olker. From Darby, number 51, Cole Kaiser. From Circle, number 52, Timothy Wright. From Fairview, number 61, Alex Young. From Culverton, number 62, Brian Peterson. Clarkport, number 70, Corey Radford. From Scobie, number 71, Tucker Gustad. And also from Scobie, number 72, Cooper Gustad. From Darby, number 80, Dylan Parks. From Plentywood, number 81, Bryce Osksa. From Flint Creek, number 82, Luke Collins. Scobie, number 83, Jeremy Handy. And from Darby, number 84, Dylan Schlappman. Head coach from Circle is Tom Eisinger, assisted by Levi Saltz from Fairview, Mike Cutler from Flint Creek, Chuck Forkey from Arlene, and Jeff Schultz from Clarkport. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the 2019 Red Team. Great Falls Central, number 11, Noah Ambule. From Shelby, number 12, David Urban. Also from Shelby, number 20, Wyatt Brucevan. From Joliet, number 21, Justin Harris. From Shoto, number 22, Pete Henderson. From Centerville, number 30, Cooper Davis. From Ennis, number 31, Rusty Lucas. Also from Ennis, number 40, Braden Oberg. From Shelby, number 41, Ryan Van Tine. Great Falls Central, number 42, Luke Marvin. Also from Great Falls Central, number 50, Casey Dane. Tri-Cities, number 51, Bo Driftoff. From Shona, number 52, Brian Ballard. Joliet, number 61, Grant O'Rourke. CJI, number 62, Tyler Watkin. Harleton Rygate, number 70, Art Cavill. Absorkey, number 71, Simon Hansen. Chinook, number 72, Brandon Edwards. From Ennis, number 80, Clay Kaufman. Tri-Cities, number 81, Jack Hickey. Centerville, number 82, Blaine Cahoots. Twin Bridges, number 83, Daniel Kruer. Great Falls Central, number 84, Ethan Vincent. And from Tri-Cities, number 85, Hayden Patnode. Head coach from Great Falls Central is Greg Horton, assisted by Jake Stevenson, Mike White, Brett Nordall, Mark Rathman, and Brian Davison.
Well, we're getting ready for the kickoff. The Blue All-Stars will kick off left to right on your radio dial. We will play on a full 100-yard field, but we will play on a narrow field, 15-minute quarters. And kickoff is going to be Lander Smith out of Charlotte for the Blue All-Stars. Again, thanks for joining us for the Bob Cleverley 8-Man All-Star Classic. We're officially underway. Low line drive kick, bounces at the 15. and it will be fielded at the 11. They're going to turn it back here on the near side, looking to turn it upfield, and there's nothing there. With the return was Bruceman. Wyatt Bruceman out of Shelby was cut down, and no gain on the return at all. Go for it.
Lane Shaw on that tackle.
So Lane Shaw there to cut it down, so they'll start things off back at the 11-yard line.
There's been an evolution in this game, and that the rules have been changing to try to make the game more enjoyable for the kids and the fans. They can bring the ball out of the end zone in this ball game. Now, in this instance, they didn't go in the end zone. He was nailed at the 11. Go ahead, Paul.
No, you're all right. That was interesting. They brought in a full 11-man offensive unit in the huddle, and then they left the field, and then the other 8-man group came in. So they'll come back with one back, tight end right. Handoff will go to the tailback, trying to find some room. He's across the 15, out near the 16, as the Red All-Stars will keep it on the ground with the first carry. And a nice run right up the gut that time. A little gamesmanship between these coaches. They've been talking a little smack at each other all week. A game of 3 on first down.
No huddle.
2nd and 7. Handoff to the tailback going left, off guard across the 15. The line of scrimmage. He might get a yard. Not much there that time for Justin Harris out of Joliet.
Rusty Lucas on the carry.
Thomas Drain, boy, we've heard a lot about this week on the tackle.
Boy, that we have, and we'll have to discuss that as we go. We've heard he is just a monster of a man. 3rd down and 7 officially out of the shotgun. And Ambule fakes the handoff. He's going to run it himself. He's across the line of scrimmage, dives forward for a gain of 1, and not much there. That's going to bring up 4th down and a little, we'll say 4 here, Coach, for the for the Red All-Stars on their first offensive series.
Again, Drain on the tackle. Looks like a special teams punt team in now.
So the punt team does come in, and Bruceman standing back at the 5-yard line, getting ready to kick it off. We have been told he is a monster kicking the football. He bobbles it momentarily. Gets the toe under it, a ton of air, but not much forward momentum. Bounces at the 34, 30, rolls back to the 26-yard line. So the Blue going to get a very short field as Bruceman bobbled the snap for a moment. It went to the turf. He picked it up, got some big-time air under it, maybe a net punt of about 12 yards or so. So the Blue All-Stars will take over at the 27-yard line of the Red. Lander Smith out of Charlotte will be your quarterback this series for the Blue. 1 back at home, 1 receiver each way. Actually, 2 receivers left, I should say. 1 to the right. Man in motion. Quarterback going to keep it. Smith now pulls back. He wants to throw wide open in the end zone. Off one hand, drops it as Chase Gardner out of Arlee, the intended target. He was wide open, put one hand up to go get it, and just couldn't reel it in, Coach.
Fireworks right out of the bat. Landers took the ball to the right side. Looked like an 18 power sweep.
Split backs this time for Smith. And it looks like a tight end left. Play action. Quarterback going to keep it himself. He hurdles over one defender. He's inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4.
We were talking about field position a minute ago. The wonderful thing right now for the Blue team is they're in 4-down territory right away. So they can take that shot real early and try to drop those safeties off a bit.
3rd down and 6, we'll say, here for the Blue All-Stars. All-Stars. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Lander Smith out of Charlotte. He'll come to Montana Tech, be in the nursing program and play football. Split backs. Handoff going to go to the tailback. Try to bounce left. Cuts back into the center of the field is Manley. Manley will push down to the 20-yard line. He'll pick up 2, nearly 3. Coming out of Flint Creek, Colby Manley.
Good patience by Colby. Didn't look like there was a hole there, but he just kept the feet going and pushed and pushed and pushed. His season came to an end with an injury in the semifinals, so I've been watching him all year trying to heal up, and he's got a huge heart.
4th down, and we'll say a long 2. They'll stay in split backs. Tight end standing up right on the left side, and they're going to go to the opposite side, the weak side of the formation. Down inside the 20, pushed out of bounds, right at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive stand as the Red shoves him out of bounds. That's going to be a turnover on downs. The Red will get it back right at the 20-yard line, Coach.
Looked like Mr. O'Rourke.
So O'Rourke is the other name we have heard when we've been talking about the big boys, is Grant O'Rourke out of Joliet, 6'1", 235. 1st down and 10 for the Red All-Stars. And coming out of quarterback this time is going to be Damon Irvin out of Shelby. So he'll take it out of the shotgun. 1 receiver each way, 1 back at home. And actually direct snap to his tailback. He'll push it across the 20 out to the 22. That looked like Pete Henderson. Oh, actually it was not. That was Wyatt Bruceman. So Bruceman with a direct snap will take it ahead for a gain of 3. 2nd and 6. 1 back, 1 receiver each way again for Irvin. Irvin brings man in motion. He'll stop in the backfield. 3-man defensive front for the Blue. A lot of Boy, almost like a triple option look that time, trying to find it in Cooper Davis with the carry out of Centerville, and he's going to lose a yard, possibly two.
A little bit of a counter play.
Yeah. Boy, it took a long time developing, really kind of tried to fake they were going to different holes, and by the time he got his feet going forward, there was a wall of blue in front of him.
And I believe it was 61 defensive end for the blue team that was able to stop it, and the linebackers were able to come in and clean up.
One back, one receiver each way once again here for Irvin. Shelby, Montana. Split backs as they bring one back now. Handoff, looking to throw. He's going to drop it to his back out of the backfield, trying to find a lane. He gets a block. He's out near the 28, 29-yard line, trying to cut it across the field. He's going to get good yardage, but he will come up shy of the first down marker. They're going to be looking at fourth down and less than a yard at the red 30-yard line. So on their side of the 50, they're looking at fourth down and 1. And it looks like the offense is staying out there for Coach Horton right now.
Easy to say up here, but I think the young guy, if he just could have lowered the shoulders, he might have been able to pick up that first down. But he's running the daylight, and he's so used to being able to make the play that might have got tripped up a little bit short.
Hey, welcome back here once again as we come back on the fourth down and shorts. The snap was bobbled. It went to the ground, and the blue will snuff it out. So the blue going to get a short field once again.
You know, they pulled it out last series, so we'll see if they can do it again, but you don't want to get blue this kind of field position.
Grady Taylor in at quarterback here for the Blue All-Stars. They have split backs in the backfield. Taylor fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive pressure that time as there was a wall of red in the backfield. Didn't allow Grady Taylor anywhere to go. Taylor out of circle, 6'4", 210. He'll play football for Minot next year.
Both of these teams seem to be running somewhat of a read option, and it's an offense that's really in style at this point in time, but boy, it's tough to get that timing down in 4 days.
Dropping back on 2nd and 11, setting up the screen on the left side. Bounces in the air, falls incomplete. Boy, that's dangerous. He hit his receiver, and Calder Fleming out of circle in the hands. And it jumped in the air. It does find the turf incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 now for the Blue All-Stars. The Blue All-Stars coming out. We're going to see a different look this time. 2 receivers on the right, which is the short side of the field. Now they'll split 2 wide left. So only 3 down linemen, and out of the shotgun is Grady Taylor. They bring receiver to the right side. Bryce Osks comes over here to the right side, setting up trips receivers right. 4-man pressure coming, in trouble, trying to find somewhere to go. Gets away from the sack, downfield, thrown, incomplete. Had one-on-one down toward the front pylon. Boy, the Red brought the blitz from the one linebacker, and they just couldn't pick it up. So 4th and 11 here for the Blue All-Stars, Coach.
It looked like a good scheme. The problem was he just wasn't able to get time. He needed some time in order to set things up. He might have had a receiver that got hung up, but that Red defense was all over, and he couldn't set his feet.
So Grady Taylor this time. Looks like they're going to send 3 receivers right once again. 4th down and 11. They're at the Red 28-yard line. And they will get the play into the receivers. Out of the shotgun by himself is Grady Taylor. 4 receivers out in the flat. Taylor throws it downfield. That's going to be incomplete. Again, great pressure by the Red. The Red is really getting penetration and not allowing the Blue quarterbacks to get comfortable at this point.
Correct. And if you have to be that, if you're that Red coach, if you're that Red defensive coach, boy, you got to be proud of your kids. You've just had your back up against the wall twice. Both times your kids were able to hold ground.
So the Blue has 2 short fields with no points right now. So the Red All-Stars will get it back. Ball on their 28-yard line. First quarter, we're scoreless. Quarterback keeper, off guard right side, and going nowhere. Noah Ambule. And he tried to turn the corner, and there was no corner there at all.
Kobe Manley met him right in the hole and put him back a little bit.
Yeah, those two certainly know each other from sideline to sideline anyway. As Ambule playing for Great Falls Central, Manley on the other side, the state champions from a year ago, and the Flint Creek Titans. They played for the title here in the mining city this past year.
In Durancy.
Yeah, what a great night. Ambule, right side, pass, caught. That's going to be a gain of, a nice second effort, actually, diving forward out near the 34. Thought they were going to drag him down several yards back, but, boy, he made a nice effort to get it downfield. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5, as with that reception was Pete Henderson out of Showdown.
Running double split, double slot. Boy, it's tough to go ahead and cover those receivers. Almost forces you to play man-to-man, and, boy, then you can get them on the quick hits.
They're down at 5, and again, they'll come out with double wide, double slot, nobody in the backfield. Ambule gets away from one defender. In trouble. Ambule, they got his jersey. Ambule's going down at the 14-yard line. The first sack of the night will go to the Blue All-Stars, and that's going to bring up a long fourth down here for the Red. Great penetration. It looked like Ambule was going to get away, and the Blue grabs a handful of jersey, and they will take him down. Fourth down and 13 for the Red.
Radford, among a host of other kids, were all over that quarterback.
Great effort by the Blue defense that time, so the Red will punt it away. So we've had 2 punts so far and 2 turnovers on downs. No points here at the Bob Cleverley.
Much better snap that time.
High kick, a lot of air underneath it. Return will start at the 35-yard line, across the 40, spinning to the 45-yard line. With that return is Chase Gardner out of our lead. So Gardner with a nice return. He and his teammate Dar Bolin was out there blocking for him.
Excellent field position. Not quite what it was the first 2.
I was gonna say, you get the ball at the 45-yard line in your third possession, and this is far and away your worst field position of the first quarter. That's living large pretty good.
Yes, it is.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue All-Stars. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday night affair. 2 receivers right, 1 back at home. In a quarterback this time is Shaw. Shaw looking for the deep ball, has a man wide open at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Blue. Wide open that time was Dylan Parks out of Darby, and they take it to the house. That's going to go 55 yards for the score. 1 play, and the Blue All-Stars are on the board.
But it sure looks like it was a double move maybe, or a hitch and go. That corner was caught flat-footed, and the receiver went right by him. That's twice so far tonight. The Blue team on first down threw deep.
So the offense comes in for the 2-point conversion. 1 back, 2 receivers right. Once again, Lane Shaw at quarterback out of our lead. Man comes in motion, and we're going to see our first flag of the night as the right guard got up and got moving. We have a great officiating crew here tonight. So they'll back him up 5. They'll go for 2. Shaw looking for the right side, throws up the lob, and going up and coming down with both feet in is Jeremy Handy out of Scobie. So Handy goes up and gets the 2-point conversion, and the Blue All-Stars lead 8-0 over the Red. The Bob Cleverley 8-Man All-Star Classic here on KBOW. We're back right after this. And we are getting ready to kick off. The Blue All-Stars with a 55-yard shot on 1 play, take an 8-0 lead. Line drive kick will go into the end zone, and it will be knelt on for a touchback.
Real wise decision.
1st and 10 here for the Red All-Stars as they'll take it at their 20-yard line. And in at quarterback is Damon Irvin out of Shelby, Montana. Irvin has 1 back. Real tight formation. They actually going to run tight end, or if you tackle on each side, if you will. Cut back across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. So a nice run on first down, and with that carry is Braden Oberg out of Ennis.
Thomas Drain with the tackle again.
So
it looked like a real tight, unbalanced line, possibly a wing right situation. Now they're coming right back to it again. I back, 1 back in.
So just 1 back, and they'll take it under center this time is Irvin. Long snap count on 2nd down and 4. They'll run counter back the other way. A nice gap across the 30. First down yardage to the 35. So that's going to be a gain of 9 on the ground. And a nice cut back out to the open field, and that's going to move the chains for the Red All-Stars.
Brought down by Calder Fleming. And they seem to, it's 2 plays now, granted, but it seems like they found something. They seem to be overloading that right side. I back, 1 back in there, and just following the blockers.
Pat Node with the carry that time, the young man out of the Tri-Cities. He'll go play for Rocky Mountain College next year. 1 back again. This time they'll keep it between the guards across the 40, diving out to the 43-yard line. That's a nice carry again by Braden Oberg. Oberg, 6'1", 205, Ennis Mustang. And they'll sub out again. So he'll go out, and Pat Node will come back in.
Last time they brought the ball almost in a counter action back to the left side, away from the strength. Looks like the Blue team is overloading to shut it down, and they brought it back against the strength.
Boy, the Blue puts 5 on the defensive front. Handoff going to try and stretch it left, turning it upfield, where it looked like there was a loss of yardage. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. With the carry was Rusty Lucas out of Ennis.
Looked like he might have momentarily bobbled that snap. It just didn't look clean, and by the time he got it, lost his momentum. 3rd and short.
It almost even looked like one of those scenarios where maybe he got a split caught by the center because he was kind of falling away after he got the ball.
Could be.
3rd and short, 1 back under center. Hand off to the tailback, bouncing right across the 45, first down yardage. That's a nice carry. First down again for Braden Oberg. So the young man doing a nice job. And like I say, it seems like they might have found something here. Really heavy, tight formation at the line of scrimmage and just pounding that football. We'll see if they continue that here. First down and 10. And again, here they come out. Real tight formation. Everybody at the line of scrimmage except for one tailback. Hard count. Gets them into the neutral zone. Is that going to go on the defense, or did we get a little flinch on the offensive front? They'll come out and chat with our white hat here. See if we have his mic working. So it is encroachment. And that's a tool that I'm not sure people realize how good a tool that is. When you have a quarterback that can draw the defender into the neutral zone, not only does it give you yardage, but it also keeps the defenders a little bit more on their heels rather than leaning forward.
You bet they can't pin their ears back and come hard. And again, 4 weeks or 4 days to get that discipline back.
First down and 5 right from midfield. Again, tight formation, one back is all. They'll run counter right. And that's going to be a gain of 2, maybe 3, but we're going to get a flag from the white hat in the backfield. You'd have to assume this is probably a holding. So we will get a holding call. What was a gain of 3 will be scratched away, and we'll back up 10 here, Coach. We have not seen them throw out of this formation yet. Everything has been on the ground. They're real tight. You know, they have basically, you're looking at a tackle to tackle. You have, now they're going to run with an I formation with a fullback in. Tailback gets the carry. Ball pops up in the air. Blue has it. Blue gets it. That ball squirted directly in the air, and it fell right into the hands of Calder Fleming out of circle. Boy, that almost acted like a helmet hit that football because it jumped straight in the air after it came into the pile.
Sure did. Didn't come down the field rolling down, right up in the air. Easy one for the boy to pick up.
So the
Fleming.
first turn, I didn't mean to step on you there, Coach.
No.
First turnover of the game will go to the Blue. So again, the Blue All-Stars with great field position. One back, 2 receivers, left, 1 to the right. Red presents a 3-man front. They fake the handoff and the fly motion look, and he'll pound it down to the 35 of the quarterback keeper. That's going to be a gain of 3 on the ground.
Lander Smith taking the dive inside to Manley and then pulling the ball and getting up to the left side.
It's another one of those that takes an awful lot to defend, especially on short notice when you're faking the fly motion, you've got the tailback moving. Really takes good discipline defensively to stay on top of that.
We were talking about kids playing in different positions. If you haven't played that defensive end position, boy, that's tough.
Second down at 7 here for the Blue is Lander Smith at quarterback. Split backs this time. Play action, he wants to throw. Smith moving to his right. He's flushed out. He's going to run. Smith cuts back at the 35-30, down near the 25, still on his feet. And they'll take him down right at the 25-yard line. That should be first down yardage, a gain of 10. Nice bit of running that time by Lander Smith.
Jack Hickey bringing him down for the tackle. But Lander Smith is a very, very good ball player out of Charlotte High School. Been able to watch this boy 2 or 3 years. He's a dandy. And it was a passing play, but he is so dangerous.
And you kept watching his eyes downfield. Like he never took his eyes off from trying to throw that football.
It's really difficult for those DBs to know when to come up.
First down and 10 here for the Blue All-Stars at the red 25-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Slot goes in motion right to left. And they're going to run almost, it looked like a little option look initially. Head down, Lander Smith across the 25 to the 23. So he'll pick up a couple positive yards. Second down and 9. Receiver on each side of the formation. Red in a pretty base 3-man front, 2 linebackers. Sweep motion on the right. They have running room. 10 down to the 5-yard line. It looked like he stepped on the tape out around the 8, but they're going to say he went out of bounds to the 3-yard line. Great run that time. They cleared the corner, and Chase Gardner gets the carry, and he flat out took off down to the 3-yard line. That's going to be first and goal. Actually, it wasn't. It was Dar Bolin. I apologize. Bolin, his teammate. So that's going to bring up first and goal from the 3.
Again, now this defense red. You've got to be watching Smith. All of a sudden, he gives it and fakes to go the other way. Boy, nice run.
3 receivers, hand off to the tailback. Straight ahead. He gets hit behind the line of scrimmage. Tries to stretch the arms out as Colby Manley with the carry. He gets hit, stood up. He'll get a yard, maybe a yard and a half. They'll put the football down just inside the 1.
No huddle. Red trying to...
Yeah, we're going to get the...
No huddle.
Yep. They tried to get the snap. Red did not have all their players off, but it looks like they never said the football was set and squared. Now we do get the whistle to say it is. Second and goal inside the 1. Under center is Smith. Behind him is Colby Manley. Manley gets the carry, gets hit, leans forward. That is close. They're going to say he hit a knee. Nope. I still did not. They say touchdown, but I don't think that's the case. They give it to him?
Now they're saying third down, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think he drug a knee. The official here on the near side said his knee was down. And a player coming off for the Red All-Stars. Not putting a whole lot of, looks like that right arm kind of hanging limply for him. So they are going to say third down. So not a score for the Blue All-Stars. So they'll go for it again. Blue leading 8-0. Third and goal from the 1. Manley the one back. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball on the right hash mark. Quarterback going to keep it. He'll dive forward, and he gets in for the score. Lander Smith gets it across the goal line, and the Blue All-Stars go up as they put 6 more on the board, 14-0 over the Red All-Stars. And they have been playing with a short field here all night long.
Tough not to go ahead and just go with that quarterback sneak when you're that close. But big, strong kid. Smith just powered it in.
14-0. The Blue All-Stars will keep the offense out and go for 2. Split backs behind him. Smith out of the shotgun. 2-point conversion attempt. Smith gets hit, and he'll be taken down at the 5-yard line. So 2-point conversion, no good. The Blue All-Stars up over the Red, 14-0, with 2:02 left to play here in this first quarter from Bob Greenfield. And we are getting ready to kick this thing off. The Blue All-Stars have played with a very short field so far in the opening quarter. 3 of their possessions have been inside the 40, 3 of their 4. And the kickoff will go out of bounds, so the Red All-Stars will get good field position. As the kickoff, did it look like they were trying to kick that into a front man, or was it just miss-hit, do you think, Coach? Could you tell from here?
I could not tell.
Good.
Oh, it looked like a miss-hit.
Our injured player was Tyler Wonkin, and Wonkin will walk off the field. The right shoulder looks like the injury of some sort. Hopefully that young man's going to be all right. First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Pass goes out on the right wing to Bruceman. He'll try and turn it upfield, cuts back. He'll dive ahead for a gain of 2, but boy, once he put on the brakes, the Blue defenders showed great quickness getting out to him and not give him anywhere to go.
It's difficult again. I'm sounding like a broken record, but he's probably thinking, so many times this year I was able to break tackle. Where here, if he just could have kept those shoulders low and fought for every yard, again, he cut back across the grain, lost his momentum, picked up a yard, but looked like he could have fought for 5.
36-yard line.
Empty backfield here for the Red All-Stars. Second down and 9. 2 receivers on each side. Blues showing blitz. Here it comes up the middle. Pass out of the right wing, wide open. First down yardage plus some across the 50 to the Blue 49-yard line. Boy, great job by the quarterback that time, and David Irvin out of Shelby. As Irvin saw the blitz coming right up the middle from the lone linebacker, and that left that right side wide open as basically that corner had dropped back into kind of safety position over the top.
Certainly. Trying to cover possibly for that linebacker, but staying back, nothing behind him. Yeah. They just go ahead and run that quick hitch.
First down and 10 for the Red All-Stars. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to play here in this first quarter.
This might be the first time they've been in on the other side of the 50-yard line.
2 receivers on each side. Man in motion is Bruceman. He'll stay in the backfield. Flags everywhere. And
this left wideout stumbled out of a stance, and I don't know if he was trying to call a timeout or not, but the timing was off.
So false start will go against the Red All-Stars. So that'll back them up 5. They'll stay in that same set. 2 receivers each way. Bruceman will drop into the backfield with Irvin. Irvin, 2-step drop. He'll go to Bruceman in the flat. Bruceman tries to turn it up. He'll cut up to the 49-yard line. He'll get 4 of the 5 yards back from the penalty.
Just a little swing pass coming out of the backfield.
Bear with me for a moment. I have the hiccups. That'll bring up second down and 11 here for the Red All-Stars. Ball just shy of the 50. 20 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. Looks like they'll try and get one more in. Wind and not an issue here tonight as far as whether you want to play with the wind or not. Just a slight wind out of the southwest right now. Game clock at 4 seconds. 3 receivers. By himself is Irvin in the backfield. Irvin looking for the deep ball. And overthrown, that's going to fall incomplete in double coverage. So we have 15 minutes in the books, and right now the Blue All-Stars leading 14-0 over the Red All-Stars. The Bob Cleverley 8-Man All-Star Classic here from Bob Greenfield. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday. Out of the shotgun, Red All-Stars looking at 3rd and 11. Stepping up, Irvin looking to throw. He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to go down, a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the sack. As he approached the line of scrimmage, was looking deep for the deep ball, and a defender got free and got him from that defensive front, Coach.
Number 71, Gusted.
So that's going to be, they'll say a loss of 3. Bring up 4th and long, and the Red punting unit will come in for the 3rd time here tonight. So this will be the 3rd punt of the night for the Red All-Stars. Blue has turned it over on downs twice. Snap a little low, but he gets it. He had a moment to run. He puts it high up in the air. It's going to bounce at the 35-yard line. Take a red bounce. Rolls out of bounds at the 33. I liked his decision initially. He stood back, waited to see if any defenders were going to come and kind of cover him or not. Looked like he almost thought about taking off with that football, and then by the time he put the foot into it, just put a ton of air underneath it.
And I'm not sure he shouldn't have. But again, the whole Blue team, the whole defense was backing off, trying to set up somewhat of a return. Nobody was coming, so he just said, okay, well then I'll wait. But that kind of messed up his whole timing, and unfortunately the kick wasn't very deep.
So the Blue All-Stars will get it back on their 33-yard line. Out of the shotgun, empty backfield. With it is Taylor. Taylor looking downfield, right side, off the fingertips of his receiver, Calder Fleming, out of circle. He just couldn't bring it in. That's going to fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 for the Blue All-Stars. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. The Blue is, their sideline is on the west side of the field, and the quarterback's looking into the sun trying to get the play in. Pass to the sideline, complete. That's going to be yardage across the 40 out near the 45-yard line. Great second effort on the reception by Bryce Osta out of Plentywood. Osta turned it upfield, and he'll move the chains. Looked like he was going to go out of bounds after about 5 yards on a quick out, and he just did a great ballerina job up the tape and gets 1st down yardage.
The Blue offense looking a lot like that Red offense, at least with that one quarterback now. A lot of wideouts.
Grady Taylor out of circle, running the offense. 6'4", 210. 3 receivers right. Snap goes into the dirt. Taylor picked it up. He's going to run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Heads up play by the quarterback, and not even trying to look downfield. He just grabs it and tries to get positive yards to bring up 2nd and 10.
Good though with the stop.
Now look, again, they're having trouble seeing the sidelines. The sun is setting on that side of the field, and as the offense looks to the sideline, they're dealing with a very bright sun that we're looking into, I might add, up here as well, Coach.
Sitting in a greenhouse.
2nd down and 10. Dropping back, Taylor has time. Taylor looking for the deep ball. Double coverage. It's up and intercepted. Picked off at the 25-yard line. The Red All-Stars going to get the interception. That's Vincent. Vincent reverses field. Vincent across the 30, shoves out of bounds at the 32. Ethan Vincent out of Great Falls Central will get himself the interception. And Vincent, who is going to Grand Canyon University in Phoenix next year, gets the interception, and the Red offense will get the football back.
Parks, the intended receiver. Quarterback laid the ball up beautifully, put a lot of air under it, but this young man's a good enough ball player. He's going to step in and get that interception.
And he came all the way across the field to get it.
He sure did. Huge momentum swing for the Red team.
Now we'll see if they can get points to get out of it here. First down and 10 here for the Red All-Stars. After the timeout, Ambule takes a 2-step drop, rips it out to his right side, pass complete. That's going to be a gain of 5 as he got it out into the flats to Luke Marmon out of Great Falls Central.
Looks like slot right, split right. Again, the receivers coming down, running that real quick hitch. They're keeping those safeties deep and then throwing that hitch underneath. Just about a 4-yard stop.
2nd down and 5 here for the Red All-Stars. Looking to get the momentum here. They have moved the chains their last several series. Pass goes left. Ambule complete again. 1st down yardage +1 or 2. We'll see what they go here. Pete Henderson.
He did have the first down. He might have tried to go ahead and fake, and sure enough.
Yeah, they're going to mark him behind the sticks.
He tried to get more yardage, cut back, and lost a yard, maybe 2. So instead of first down, now it's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he had it felt like a yard or 2 on the other side, forward momentum, and then tried to get a little spacing and gets brought down behind the sticks. So 3rd and short.
41-yard line. It's 3rd and 1.
What do you do on? You can see that on video when you go in on Monday. Is that one of those you're like, just go forward?
First downs first. First downs first.
3rd and 1. One receiver on each side. Ambule. 3-man pressure. Ambule moves left. Pump fake once. He was going to go. Ambule leans out. He should have first down yardage. And I didn't see. We have a flag down right in the center of the field. Looked like Ambule did stretch for the marker. But we do have a flag down at the 43-yard line.
Let's concentrate on first downs first. Then we'll have the big move.
Ouch. That's a holding penalty. And that's going to back him up 10. What was 3rd down and 1 will now be 3rd down. And from the spot of the foul, they'll bring it back to basically 3rd and 10 is what we'll be looking at, just shy of that. So that certainly changes your play call here.
Sure does.
Empty backfield for Noah Ambule. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right as well.
See if we see a hitch and go here.
Ambule has time in the pocket. Nice job by his offensive front. Now he's going to look for the deep ball right side. Throws it up and out of play. Good coverage as that one goes out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down here for the Red. Well, you look at the momentum they have going into that. If you get 3rd down and 1, you get that conversion, you get a fresh set of downs, and who knows what happens after that. But now the punting unit comes back in. So the Red will punt it away. Good snap is back. And this time a nice kick. End over end. Inside the 30. Bounces at the 25. 15, 10. And that one will go knocked down at the 10-yard line. So a great punt. Nice job by your Bullets getting downfield. Ambule was there for your Bullet. It is amazing how much of rhythm all the punting games are. First down at 10. Handoff on the quick dive, right up the middle, across the 15, out to the 18. That's a great run on Noah Nikoloff from Culbertson, right up the gut. Nikoloff will get 9 on the dive.
Seems like the Blue offense is going a lot left to right. This time just right up the middle.
2nd and 1.
Shaw in at quarterback this time. Handoff to Nikoloff again. He's across the 20, out to the 23. That's going to bring up first down yardage. So Noah Nikoloff out of Culbertson, 5'11", $180. He'll go play for Dickinson in football next year. Dickinson certainly has turned a big corner here in the last couple of years, playing really good football at the NAIA level. First down and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 back at home. Just 11 minutes left to play here in the first half. Slot goes in motion. They're going to give it to him on the fly. Turning the corner upfield. That's going to be a gain of 4, nearly 5, as there's a big-time collision on the stripe on the far side. That fly motion has been a huge factor in the 11-man game here over the last couple of years, and certainly feels like it has a home here in the 8-man game as well.
Picked up 4 yards, but he paid a price.
Yeah.
Rusman hit him pretty hard.
Rusman having a heck of a football game on both sides of the ball thus far. 2nd down and 6 here for the Blue All-Stars. Shaw again at quarterback. Heavy pressure. Shaw gets away. He tries to escape up the middle. He'll fall forward for positive yards. Boy, the headhunters were coming that time, and Shaw leans forward and gets 2, nearly 3 positive yards.
Looked like he wanted to throw a real quick pass, real quick route. Something interrupted it out there, and he was able to go ahead and try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but took away a big play possibility.
Lane Shaw out of our lead. 6'1", $190, running the quarterback. We have seen 3 quarterbacks on each side here today. 1 receiver on each side of the formation, 1 tailback at home. Shaw wants to throw. Looking right, pass complete. And first down yardage, nice move across the 40 out to the 42-yard line with that reception is Dylan Parks out of Darby. They list Parks at 5'7", and I think I tend to believe him. He's a wee little thing out there. Boy, when he gets the ball in open space, good luck. He has great footwork, and he gets first down, 1st and 10. Shaw looking left this time, pass a little underthrown, going down and getting it, though, is Jeremy Handy out of Scobie. With a name like Handy, you're not destined to be an offensive lineman.
Charles pass complete. Jeremy Handy.
Actually, they're going to give him 5 on the reception, so a quick out brings up 2nd and 5. Certainly widens the playbook. 2 receivers right here. Crossing route, pass complete, first down yardage. Great block downfield, 45-30, and down near the 32-yard line as they get it out to Dylan Parks again. Boy, that was almost felt like a design play after the pass as he knew he had a block going to the outside, got to the sideline, and great yardage afterwards.
Certainly. Looked like we had hitch on the outside and then a hook to the inside. Quarterback had enough time just to find that receiver.
One back, two receivers to the short side of the field. Handoff to the tailback. Good push inside the 30 to the 29. That's going to be a gain of 4. Once again with the carry is actually this time it was going to be Nikoloff with the carry. Noah Nikoloff once again. He's having a nice series here for the Blue All-Stars. Boy, real hard north-south runner.
Correct.
2nd and 6. Dropping back, looking to throw is Shaw. Deep ball picked off again. Intercepted at the 15. The return across the 30, out to the 33-yard line. Wyatt Bruceman with the pick. Boy, we talked about it earlier. He's having a big game on both sides of the ball, and he gets a big-time pick there for the Red All-Stars.
I was going to mention, didn't you just mention what a good night he was having?
Bruceman out of Shelby. He'll go be a battling Bear next year and play football. So Bruceman with the big one, 1st and 10 for the Reds. So again, the defense trying to make some things happen. When Blue has had to play with a full football field, you know, they're moving the football well, but Red is getting some opportunities to capitalize on turnovers.
Did a beautiful job of undercutting that route, getting the interception. Big play for the Red.
Red All-Stars get it back, trailing 14-0. They're going to run option left. Quarterback going to keep it, leans forward across the 35. That's going to be a gain of 2.
On the carry.
Looked like Irvin in at quarterback. Damon Irvin out of Shelby. We've seen Ambule Irvin, both back there at quarterback on the Red side. One back, 2 receivers left. Both teams really using the short side of the field a lot, and they'll run to the weak side. Faking the pitch, Irvin, and he'll bring it across the 40. That's going to be a gain of nearly 5 as he faked the pitch several times. More of an option look.
The Red team did a real nice job of stringing it out, feathering out all the way to the sideline. Quarterback just had to give it a pump fake and turn upfield. But a gain probably 4 yards, right?
3rd down and 4. 2 receivers left, 1 back at home. Lou presents a 3-man front with 2 linebackers a couple yards off. Dropping back, moving left. Irvin wants the deep ball, and it's overthrown. That's going to fall incomplete. Looked like there was confusion on where that ball was supposed to go. The receiver kind of went on a post route coming across the middle of the field, and that ball was thrown right up the gut downfield and just no one home.
Second time we've seen that kind of a situation.
So on 4th down and 4, the Red All-Stars with the ball on their 40-yard line will punt it away. 7:35 left to play here in the first half. Blue leading 14-0. Lou has 2 turnovers today. Great punt. Loose spiral inside the 20, bounces at the 18 to the 5 and out of bounds. Let's see, they're going to say it went out of bounds at the 14.
The second time this punter's pinned him inside the 10.
The 14-yard line.
So the Red is getting some turnovers. They just have been unable to take advantage of that so far here in the first half. So the Blue All-Stars will take over at their 14-yard line. And again, they didn't have anything inside what, I guess, one series outside their 50 in the first quarter. Now pinned deep, handoff, right side, nothing home. Great job defensively.
Rusty Lucas.
Boy, they tried to drag that out to the corner. Fleming with the carry, it looked like. And he just had nowhere to go as he tried to turn it upfield. That's going to be a loss of 1 officially, 2nd and 11.
Lucas, great defensive fundamentals, keeping that ball in front of him.
Taylor at quarterback. And tailbacks on each of his hips. Handoff going to go. The dive up the middle. Big hole across the 20. Feet churning out. That's very close to first down yardage if it is not. And another great run by Calder Fleming out of circle. Boy, he hits the hole fast.
Sure does.
They'll say a gain of 8. 3rd down and 2. Split backs again. All 8 in the box. Handoff going to go out off guard left across the 25 out to the 26. Gain of 4. First down yardage. So the Blue running that split back scenario and really attacking different parts of that defensive front will move the chain.
Kane Hess, running back out of Flynn Creek. Kane's played most of his time in the trenches. It's interesting, as we were talking about earlier, these guys are going to play a lot of different positions.
First down and 10. Split back here again for the Blue All-Stars. Hand off. They're going to run heavy formation to that right side. With the ball out there is Fleming. Fleming will turn it upfield. He'll get...
Calder Fleming on the carry. Penalty flag is down.
Nearly 3. Boy, it looked like there was a lot more running room there, and the speed of both these teams in all All-Star formats is always surprising how quickly they get to the point of attack.
82 blue team.
Looks like we have another penalty here.
So holding is going to back him up 10. So far, we have had, 2 holdings? That's our third, is that right?
Correct.
And
first one on the blue team.
They have all been awfully costly to this point. We'll see if blue can move the chains after this one. 6:08 left to play here in the first half. Blue All-Stars leading 14-0. First down and 22 officially. 3 receivers right. Again, on the short side of the field. 1 receiver left. Blitz coming up the middle. Moving left to Taylor. Taylor airs it up. And that one's going to be caught by the second man downfield. 35-40, 45-50. He's taking it to the house. This young man is gone. Dylan Parks is going to take it to the house. Dylan Parks will take that. What are we looking at? Like 82 yards. After the holding penalty, there was a slant route. He was the deep receiver over the top. It really looked like that football was intended for the receiver underneath it.
It looked like almost a broken play.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it was almost like the defense held up. Then once they saw that there was a little bit of confusion, and Parks got the ball cut across the grain, and he was gone.
Yeah, he was he was the outside receiver, looked like kind of on a just a straight shot downfield. The slot receiver looked like he was on a slant in front of him, and the ball was overthrown to the front receiver, but it landed right in the hands of Dylan Parks, who took it to the house. Blue All-Stars going for 2, and they will be stacked in the backfield. 2-point conversion is no good. 20-0 our score. The Blue All-Stars with another big play. They have 2 monster shots here today, and they lead 20-0 over the Red All-Stars. And thanks for joining us not only here in Southwest Montana and on our website, but throughout the state. We have several radio stations joining us here tonight for the Clev. Kickoff, end over end, drifting left. The return will start at the 18-yard line, across the 25, and carried out of bounds at the 25-yard line. All-Star games to kind of be, kind of fun and jovial, not much hitting, and that is about as far from the truth as you can get here at the Clev.
Not in this game.
Yeah, just too much
just sitting on the sideline, chomping the bit to get in there. They're going to play all out.
First and 10 for the Red All-Stars. 1 back, 1 receiver each way. Play action, dropping back, and pass right up the middle, complete. Across the 35, good power out to the 40. Reception, Justin Harris with the catch. Well-delivered football by Damon Irvin out of Shelby. First and 10 here for the Red All-Stars after the timeout. 1 receiver each way. Damon Irvin at quarterback. Receiver left in motion, comes into the backfield. That's Cooper Davis. Set up split backs. Quarterback going to keep it himself. And, boy, there's nothing there. He ran into a wall of blue, a yard behind the line of scrimmage. And, boy, Trevor Hogan out of circle was there, and I felt like everybody else in that defensive front.
Almost a wishbone look out of shotgun. Split backs, both of the boys coming across the face of that quarterback. Then the quarterback takes it right up the middle. The D-line's just holding their ground.
4:53 left to play here in the first half. Blue up 20-0. Out of the shotgun, Irvin. Irvin has time. Right up the gut. Gets the pass complete to Bruceman. Bruceman still on his feet at the 30. He'll cut back down inside the 27. Bruceman is having a monster here tonight. The young man out of Shelby. That's a great pitch and catch. Bruceman will move the chains. The Red really working between the hashes downfield here in this second quarter.
The Blue coaches called a timeout a few minutes ago, and I was wondering if they were trying to work out, how we're going to go ahead and play pass defense on this, because the Red team appears to be able to nickel and dime them.
1 receiver each way. Play action. Irvin's going to roll out of the pocket to his right. Airs it up downfield into double coverage. Tip, but we have a flag down. Double coverage on the receiver down to the right side. And you have to assume that this was thrown certainly in that pass interference area. We'll see what the white hat gives us here.
Pass interference on the defense. 15 yards, first down.
15 yards, first down for the Red All-Stars. So now they get her down inside the 15 of the 14.
Just as I said that they could nickel and dime them, they were killing them with the short passes. They had a wide open pass on the left side on the hitch, pulled it back in, scrabbled, and threw the ball deep. But again, Great field position right now for the Reds.
4:19 with a fresh set of downs. Ball at the 14-yard line. Irvin has time, airs it up right, just can't hold on to it. Through the hands of Ethan Vincent. And Vincent, boy, felt like he heard footsteps that time as he started to look to see where the defender was before he watched that into his hand.
Just a 4-yard hitch, just going down, planting that right foot, coming back. The ball is right there, maybe a little bit hot.
As the Blue All-Stars up 20-0 here in the 36th annual Bob Cleverley 8-man game. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Out of the shotgun is Irvin. Irvin slant route, overthrown, incomplete. He was looking for Bruisman again that time. And boy, if Bruisman catches that, he's going to get pounded.
He's going to get bruised.
He had defenders right there.
That time I thought maybe he was hearing footsteps. Those hands didn't stretch out real high for that ball.
1 receiver each way. Once again at quarterback, Damon Irvin. He has executed a nice series here. Receiver right comes into the backfield. Split backs, 1 receiver, Irvin. And now we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage of play. Let's see if we get a... Yep, delay a game.
Delay a game.
Took too long. So what was 3rd and 10, now 3rd and 15. Great crowd on hand. A lot of people at the banquet last night. Another great night as well.
See if they can sneak that tight end in here behind that middle linebacker again.
2 receivers left. 1 back at home now. Out of the shotgun is Irvin. 3rd. Irvin, 1-step drop. Slant route behind his man, intercepted. Picked off at the 5, across the 20, 25, 30, out near the 35 to the 38, spinning. Still on his feet with it is Chase Gardner. Gardner reverses field, and he dives up to the 40-yard line.
Return to the 40-yard line.
The slant route, boy, I'll tell you, if that was on target, that's points for the Red, but it's behind the receiver, and Gardner picks that off from our lead. Gardner brings it all the way out to the 40-yard line for the Blue All-Stars.
Gardner sitting back, reading the quarterback's eyes, gets a beautiful break on the ball. Another huge play.
So Chase Gardner gets the pick for the Blue All-Stars. They lead 20-0 with 3:54 left to play here in this first half, and the Blue All-Stars will get it back. Grady Taylor, I think, was our last quarterback out. I think Lander Smith might be his rotation through, and that's the case.
Smith and Manley.
So Smith at quarterback, Manley behind him. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Lander Smith out of Charlotte. Red presents a 3-man defensive front. Smith and Manley run into each other. Smith's going to keep it. Turns the corner, 45-50. Smith down the sideline, and he's gone. He took it right to the tape. No one shoved him out of bounds. And Smith will take it to the house. A 60-yard run. Lander Smith will take it to the house from 60 yards out. He was just tightrope walking down the tape here on the near side. He never was shoved out of bounds. And Lander Smith will take it in from 60 out.
You see it so many times. Smith and Manley seemed to bump into one another. It didn't look like a smooth exchange. So now Landers is knocked off balance. Maybe the defense eases up or have to go ahead and correct on something. But now Landers in the open field breaks a deep one.
So they will go for 2 here as the Blue goes up 26-0. Split back. 3 huge plays for the Blue here today. Handoff to the fullback, leaning forward, not going to get there. So the 2-point conversion is no good. The Blue up 26-0 with 3:40 left to play here in the first half. Bob Cleverley 8-man All-Star Classic from the Mighty City with the Bob Cleverley 8-man All-Star Classic as the Blue All-Stars go up 26-0. And they have done it with the big play. They have a 55-yard pass, an 82-yard pass, and a 60-yard run. All of those good for points. 4 receivers out there this time through for Damon Irvin. Irvin out of the shotgun. Actually, it's not Irvin. It's Ambule back in. Ambule down the sideline, right side. That goes to Luke Marmon, and Marmon will be very close to first down yardage. They'll give him 9, nearly 10, and we'll say 9 officially. So 2nd and 1. 2nd down and 1. Ambule out of the shotgun. 3-step drop, pump fake 1. Across the middle, had a man. And that one is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Cahoot that time. Blaine Cahoot out of Centerville. 5'9", $155 through his hands. Fell incomplete. 3rd down and 1.
Good pressure up the middle. He just wasn't able to set his feet.
And the way that there was blocking downfield, it almost looked like they were setting up kind of a middle screen or something, how that looked like it was being executed. 3rd down and 1. 2 receivers left. 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Noah Ambule. 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Pressure coming. Ambule rolls away from it, looking downfield. Nose of the football, dives on him, and that's going to fall incomplete. He was looking back for Pete Henderson out of Shoto, and when he let go of that, the nose of the football was aimed down and just never flew true at him at all. 4th down and 1 for the Red All-Stars. And it looks like the punting unit is coming out. Ball at their 45-yard line. So on 4th and less than 1, the punting unit is in. And Bruceman is going to run with it. Bruceman trying to get to the edge. Bruceman leans across. He'll move the chain. So Bruceman, the punter, will lean forward, and he will move the chains here for the Red All-Stars. So they'll try and get that momentum swing coming back their way.
What can we do to steal a little bit of momentum?
Yeah.
It was 4th and inches. It was 3rd and inches, and they were deep, 6 yards deep in shotgun, where they might have been able to get a quarterback sneak or something. But in this situation now, you've got a kid, good running back, good heart. Let me pick it up, Coach.
1st down and 10 for the Red All-Stars. Ball at their 46-yard line. 2:48 left to play here in the first half. Ambule out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ambule looking right, in trouble. Circles back. He's going to get, nope, he gets rid of the football as he was going down. Will they say incomplete, or are they going to say he's in the grass?
I think they're going to say it was a great Brett Favre pass. Pull left to the side. Look, I'm just going to go ahead and shovel that ball forward, okay? The officials are going to give me a break. We're going to say there was a red jersey close. Might have been on the sideline, but he was close.
2nd down and 10 for the Red All-Stars. They held up way deep, and now they come running up to the line of scrimmage. Noah Ambule at quarterback. 2 receivers each way. Ambule, 3-step drop downfield, has a man wide open. 35-30 cut back down to the 27-yard line. Great completion. Red will move the chains again as they get down to the 27-yard line. And that was a great pitch and catch that time as Daniel Kruer out of Twin with that reception.
Let's try to spread the blue team out as far as we can and hit that seam right up the middle.
That was a great catch. 2:31 left to play here in the first half. Red does not have any timeouts remaining. Remember, they used a couple early. Red will spread it out. 2 receivers each way. Ambule awaits the snap, looking to his right the whole way. Rifle shot, pass incomplete. Wanted the quick slant that time to Pete Henderson. Went through his hands, went through the corner's hands. It falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. The clock does stop with the incompletion.
That was a beautiful pass.
It was.
Had those feet set, hit that slant hard, and maybe this kid, again, the receiver's not used to this quarterback. The ball comes out of the hand so quick. Again, he wishes he could have it back. That's a big pass.
I like Ambule's calmness in the pocket.
Yes.
Stands up. Now he's going to roll to his right. Gets away from 1 defender. Now a second looking downfield. Ambule delivers down to the 11-yard line. Complete pass. Great catch that time by Kruer. And they will say it is a catch. Daniel Kruer. And that's an outstanding play at quarterback by Noah Ambule. He's really putting together a nice series here for the Red. 1:52 left to play in the first half.
Ambule is 6'3", 220, and he just stands back there. He looks like a college quarterback.
Yeah,
big, tall kid, quiet feet, comfortable.
Going to the University of Montana to play for the Grizz. And Coach Bobby Houck, and they're going to wave it off and say no catch. Yowza.
Okay, and I think I'll go to the video.
I was just going to say, let's get the replay up on that bad boy. That looked, from our angle, that looked like a catch. That's a big one for the Red. Again, you have a ton of momentum, and now it's going to come back. So they're going to look at 3rd down and 10.
This might be a real good time to go ahead and let people know who our official. Sorry, guys.
We'll talk about our official. 3rd down and 10. 1 back, 1 receiver each way. 1:52 left to play in the first half. Ambule drops, slant route, tipped, incomplete. Looking for Daniel Kruer out of Twin again. That one got his hands, and it falls incomplete. Yeah, they're going to set it up. They have 1 center over the ball, 3 guys.
Polecat, and the center is eligible in this formation.
And they're going to run right, looking to throw downfield. On 4th and 10, they air it up to the center of the field. It's intercepted at the 10. Across the 15, 20, 25, out to the 28-yard line. So basically a turnover on downs with the yardage intercepted by Dar Bolin. Bolin will get the interception, and they'll take over right at the 28-yard line. So again, basically a turnover on downs when you look at the yardage, but Dar Bolin gets the interception.
Quarterback's doing everything he can to make a play. It's one of those old sayings, it sounds cliche, but you shouldn't throw back across your body. He's doing everything he can. He sees his receiver. He tries to go ahead and throw it back across. Bolin is sitting there, picks it off.
And I think Ambuel was actually lined up at center that time, snapping that football. First down and 10. Blue gets it back on the turnover on downs. One back, one receiver each way. 1:37 left to play here in the first half. Blue All-Stars leading 26-0. Taking his time at quarterback is Shaw. Shaw will hand it off, and they'll try and go north-south with it. They'll get a yard, not much more, as both teams very sound between the guards here defensively, as Noah Nikolov with the carry.
It's interesting now. Are they going to be content? Go into the locker room with 26-0? That wouldn't be like this game. No huddle. Here they go again.
One back, two receivers right. Shaw out of the shotgun. Looking right. He's going to drop it off. Little swing pass to his slot. Across. Good block. 35 out to the 40. First down yardage. And out of bounds with 1:02 left to play here in the first half. So that will move the Oh, we do have Lennon down. We have a flag down at the 35. Oh, so a holding penalty against the Blue. You'll have to bear with us here for a few as the sun sets. It's a little hard to see the field. 1:02 left to play here in the first half. The Blue All-Stars leading 26-0. And Blue will...
We'll see now if Blue's going to be content to go ahead and kill the ball.
Yeah, that certainly changes things when you're looking at a first down with the clock stopped, or in this situation, 10-yard penalty. Pass across the middle to the 30. Trying to get running room with the ball is Dylan Parks, and Parks will get wrangled. That's going to be a gain of 5 on the reception. Clock continues to run. We're at 48 seconds on 3rd down and 8 here for the Blue All-Stars.
It was a good safe pass. Go down 5 yards in that linebacker zone and easy pitch and catch.
So again, another one where the forward progress was farther ahead. Forward progress was about 3 yards downfield, and he continued to try to make moves and got brought back all the way to the 28-yard line. So 3rd and 1 here for the Blue All-Stars. 20 seconds. They'll take one more snap, and that should do it for the first half. And Blue going to call a final timeout. Boy, Red has had some momentum. They're moving the football. I would assume that they have significantly more first downs here in the first half. But Blue has gotten the big shots. 3rd down and 11. Handoff going to go to the tailback, trying to find some room is Nikolov. Nikolov across the 30 to the 33. That's a gain of 5. And that should do it here for the first half. That's going to bring up 4th down. Neither team can stop the clock with a timeout. So we have one half of football in the books. The Blue All-Stars leading the Red All-Stars here at the Bob Cleverley 8-Man All-Star Classic, originating on KDOW here in Butte. Blue will kick it off.
And we'll see what kind of a kick we get off of the Blue team.
Taylor will kick. He puts the toe. Line drive taken at the 10. Return on the left side. As across the 25, 30, 35, down the tape across the 40 to the 45-yard line. So a nice return out to the 45-yard line by the Blue. That looked like Bruceman once again. So Bruceman will get the return out to the 45. Kids are doing next, whether it's football or we have several going into the service. A lot moving on and great stuff. First down and 10 for the Red. At quarterback is Irvin. Irvin in trouble. He gets tripped up and he's going down. Irvin will go down at the 37-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 8 on the sack.
Trying to move around in that pocket, just not able to get away.
Looked like he was going to get rid of that football downfield, and boy, the good coverage downfield. It's going to be a big sack. 2nd and 17 officially. So Damon Irvin, the Shelby quarterback, we'll get ready to roll here. Again, 2nd and 17, one back. Actually, let's see what they're going to do here. They have one back, one receiver right. Real tight formation again. They'll run to that heavy side, and boy, great defensive pressure and whip to the turf as Patnode with the carry. And there is just nowhere to go. He's going to lose a couple. So Boucher gets the tackle. So Red again in a long 3rd down. That's the one thing Red has seen a lot here tonight is 3rd and long. I want to say this is the 4th time tonight that they have been 3rd down and at least teens. They need to get to the Blue All-Stars 45 for the first down. The Red All-Stars coming out. Again, their head coach, Greg Horton, out of Great Falls Central. He played 2 games in Butte last year, did the Great Falls Central team. One to open their season, one to close it. Out of the shotgun, Irvin. He's looking left the whole way. Pass overthrown incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down here for the Red All-Stars.
Not the way they wanted to start this half.
No, not at all. So Bruceman will punt it away here for the Red All-Stars on 4th down and long. Ball on the right hash mark. And a line drive kick over the return man's head. Bounces at the 25. He'll start his return at the 15. Going to his right across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. And not much more is Dar Bolin out of our lead with a return.
I don't see the penalty. There it is.
There we go.
Now I see it. Flip on that return.
Okay. So a penalty flag is down. We have had a good crew out here with our officiating staff.
We have illegal participation. Red, we have block in the back. On blue, they offset. First down.
Boy, if there was a second flag out there, I did not see it. I didn't see a hat down either, so I'm not sure. So either way, offsetting penalties, and blue will take over at their 23-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Blue All-Stars. Lane Shaw will start at quarterback. Split backs, 3-man defense in front. Shaw hands it off to his fullback. He'll pound it out to the 25. That's going to be a gain of 2. Earlier in the game, it felt like they were finding bigger holes in the defensive front running in that scenario, but the Red defense has really done a nice job.
D-line is stepping up.
Yeah. 2nd and 2. Fleming got 2 on that one, so 2nd and 8, I should say, excuse me. Split backs again for the Blue. Red bringing pressure. Hand off to Fleming. He gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, but he's able to get forward, and he'll pick up a yard. He's one of those running backs, and it sounds so silly, but he's one of those guys that always falls forward. And that does sound silly, but when you see a running back that never gets negative yardage, that's a nice weapon to have in your arsenal.
Big, strong kid keeping the feet going, like Buzz
Calder Fleming out of circle.
Positive yardage.
Playing at Minot next year. 3rd down and 7 here for the Blue All-Stars. 1 back, 2 receivers left. Out of the shotgun. Dropping back. Pocket holds. Deep ball. Left sideline. Has a man and gets under it. Complete to the 40, 35-yard line. Big time catch that time. Dylan Parks out of Darby. Darby goes up and gets it. And that's going to be a pickup of 40 down to the 35-yard line of the Red All-Stars.
Slot left and basically a P-wheel. A post underneath, an out route for the other receiver, and then the receiver running the out turns it up into a wheel.
Boy, Shaw had a lot of air under that part.
Sure did.
Gets underneath it, and he'll bring it down for a gain of 40. 2 receivers left, 1 back. Shaw dropping back, looking left. In trouble. Shaw forced to move left. In trouble again. Shaw's going down. He's going to be sacked by Noah Ambule. Ambule's going to take him down. That's a loss of 13 on the sack.
For those of you keeping score at home, that was the quarterback. Noah Ambule. And again, a few years ago, the evolution of this game, a few years ago, we had so many kids that just didn't show up that we had to go ahead and get into a different rotation. Alan Labby's plan. So these kids are not only playing offense and defense, but they might be playing in different positions. That might be a quarterback one time, then tight end. Now he's defensive end.
2nd and 23. 1 receiver each way. Shaw out of the shotgun again. Shaw has 1 back at home. Shaw looking left the whole way. Wants the deep ball. He has a man on the double move. And incomplete. Intended target was Jeremy Handy. Handy initially looked over his right shoulder, had to come back to his left shoulder, and it felt like once he got back to the left shoulder, he just didn't have his balance under him to make that catch.
Yep, it just got turned around. That ball could have been delivered on his inside shoulder. It'd still be running.
So 3rd down and 23 here for the Blue All-Stars. This would be a big stop here for the Red to get this football back.
I was just going to say the Red needs a stop.
They'll come out with 2 receivers to the right, 1 back at home. The team switched sidelines at the half as well. I didn't even notice that until just now. Dropping back, pass goes right side, complete across the 45-40. And going to be well short of the 1st down marker. That's going to be a pickup of 7. Bring up 4th down and 15 here for the Blue All-Stars.
Line number 20, Wyatt Bruiser.
So 10:48 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Blue leading 26-0. Blue, we might see our first punt of the day out of the Blue.
Looks like it. They're sure lined up for it.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. And back there is Landers Smith. So Smith, of course, one of the 3 starting quarterbacks. Got to watch that.
Looks like they're not buying it.
And the punt is away. Bounces at the 16, rolls down near the 10. going to the tape, and it goes out of bounds at the 9. So a nice punt that time by Lander Smith. And that will give the Red the football back deep at their 9-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Red All-Stars as they get the football back. They're going to split 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Irvin, the quarterback again.
So Irvin is in calling the shots. The young man out of Shelby brings one back at home on his left hip, and it's going to be a direct snap to his tailback. He's going to bounce it left. With that ball is Bruceman. Bruceman turns it up across the 20, 25, out of bounds at the 27. Wyatt Bruceman.
A little bit of a wildcat formation.
Yeah, how about that? We've seen that direct snap to the tailback twice here so far tonight.
Trying to jumpstart that offense.
Boy, Bruceman having a really nice contest here.
He sure is.
I'm surprised there's anybody in Shelby not named Haskett. Or at least that's what I get from Ron Haskett, working with him all the time anyway. I mean, he has like 73 brothers and sisters, I think. 1st down and 10, 2 receivers on each side of the formation for Irvin. 9:49 left to play here in the 3rd. Irvin drops back, pocket holds, complete up the middle. Boy, and they have worked the center of the field a lot here tonight, Coach. That's going to be a gain of 9.
They sure have. Working that hitch on the outside, and then the inside receiver comes right into that hole left by the linebackers and drop it off to him.
And that's Bruceman with the catch again. So Bruceman continues to make some waves in this contest. That's a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. 2 receivers right, 1 left. As Irvin out of the shotgun, looking right. Now he's in trouble. Defense collapsing on him. He's going to throw it away. Heads-up play. As there were 2 defensive players just breathing down his neck. Bryce Osta was back there. And also it looked like Corey Radford out of Clark Fork was there.
The blitz is what it is. And a lot of times that quarterback just doesn't have time for whatever reason. But they seem to be so successful throwing that ball in rhythm much quicker. When they have to wait, scramble out of that pocket, then everything breaks down.
3rd down and 1 here for the Red. 9:03 left to play here in this 3rd quarter.
Much more successful if they can throw that quick hitch.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Slot comes in motion.
Got it here on the right side.
Okay. Slot will stay in the backfield. And direct snap again. As with that ball is Bruceman, and Bruceman going to move the chains again. That's going to be a run of 7. Bruceman continues to add to his numbers here in this ball game. And that will move the chains for the Red All-Stars. So another 1st down.
Making the stop.
So Bruceman will move the chains. 1st and 10 here for the Red All-Stars. Ball is their 42-yard line, their 2nd possession here of the 2nd half. Up to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers on each side of the formation, 1 back at home. Out of the shotgun, pass goes left, bobbled and dropped just through the outstretched hands of his receiver that time, as Ethan Vincent was his intended target.
A little bit of a slip screen and unable to convert.
2nd down and 10 off the incompletion. No change in personnel. And Red having some trouble getting the play called in here. Play clock down to 1. They're in trouble. They do get it off. Pump fake once. Moving left, in trouble. He's going to be sacked. Damon Irvin is sacked back at the 34-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 8 on the sack.
He was lucky to hold on to that ball.
Blue gets great penetration, and Red had trouble getting that play in. I'm not sure they really had... Maybe everybody was not on the same page initially, but they did get the play snapped barely in time. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Damon Irvin out of the shotgun. Blue showing 3-man pressure, and that's what they'll bring. Irvin stands in the pocket. He's going to air it up downfield, and it's overthrown and intercepted. With the pick is Dar Bolin. Bolin gets another interception. He'll get the return to the 35-yard line, and the blue team will take over at the 35.
Pete Henderson.
So Dar Bolin will get his 2nd pick of the night, and the Blue All-Stars will take over at their 35-yard line.
There's not a lot of plays that you can call, for 3rd and 20. That deep pass, you've got a shot to complete it. If not, kind of like a long punt.
That 3rd down has not been their friend tonight. They have seen 3rd down and long a lot.
3rd interception.
And Blue will take over again, once again on their 35-yard line. Right to left on your radio dial. 7:28 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. And Blue up to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Slot comes in motion. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. With the carry was Calder Fleming. And Fleming was wrapped up immediately.
Great penetration by Justin Harris.
Harris just came flying through there, the young man out of Joliet. They list him at 5'1", Coach. Does that seem realistic? I'm going with no. Okay. Second and 5. Usually it's the other way. Don't you normally inflate a player?
Yeah. Coach lies to get you up to 6 foot or something, but straight out 5'1".
Second down and 15. 2 receivers on each side. As Blue with the ball and the lead. Back there is Smith. Smith airs it up. One-on-one coverage overthrown. That's going to fall incomplete.
A little bit of a China route that time. The outside receiver running a hitch, and the outside receiver running corner over the top.
Bryce Oska.
Just a little outside.
Third down and 15. 3 receivers left. Both teams really overloading the short side of the field here tonight. Right side, Taylor. Taylor airs it up downfield and nearly intercepted. It falls incomplete, so that's going to bring up 4th down. So a 3 and out here for the Blue team, and Red will have a chance to get the football back.
Nice pass defense by Cooper Davis out of Centerville.
Yeah, really, the only person that had a real shot at that, making that catch, were all wearing red jerseys, as the linebacker had a first shot at it, and then the safety over the top nearly had a look at it. So a nice defensive stand for the Red, and their offense will get a chance to get the football back. 6:38 left to play here in the third. Good snap to the punter, and the kick is away. Wobbly inside the 30. Fair catch called for and taken in at the 29-yard line. So fair catch that time by Ethan Vincent. And the Red team will get it back at their 29. They come up to the line of scrimmage. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the third.
Ambule back in the pocket.
Seems like it's been a while since we've had Ambule at quarterback, honestly. 2 receivers each side. Blue puts a 3-man front up. Ambule rifle shot pass is bobbled and taken away. They'll say incomplete. Coming across the face, that was Lane Shaw defensively. It looked like he wrestled it right out of the hands of Daniel Brewer. Boy, I'd like to get another look at that. It looked like he got that.
Let me see if I can bring it up for you.
So as he pump fakes to the edge, they throw the slant route. Hits the receivers right in the hands. And then Shaw comes through. Shaw wrestles it away, but it does hit the turf. So Shaw, great defensive play to wrestle it away, but it did fall incomplete. Thanks for the replay.
Once again, a nice strike by that quarterback.
Ambule, that one behind his intended target. It falls incomplete. He was looking that time for Luke Marmon out of Great Falls Central.
Luke Marmon.
About 3 steps behind him. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 now for the Red All-Stars. As they come out of the huddle. 6:20 left to play here in this third quarter. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And Ambule out of the shotgun. Ambule looking left the whole way. Pump fake, slant route, and that one goes over his receiver incomplete. Daniel Crewer was actually wasn't Crewer, it was Cahoot, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down here for the Red All-Stars, so the punting unit will come back in. So a 3-and-out situation for the Red. And they will give the ball back to the Blues. We've seen back-to-back punts here. No points in this second half as of yet. The Blue All-Stars leading 26-0.
They did have their opportunities on that last series, too. Again, I'm real impressed with this quarterback, and he's throwing strikes. Just a little bit off in terms of timing, possibly.
So we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one. 26-0. The Blue All-Stars up over the Red here at the Bob Cleverley 8-Man All-Star Classic. So welcome back here once again to Bob Greenfield. There's a beautiful punt again by Wyatt Bruceman. He booms one back to the 10-yard line, the return out to the 15-yard line, and we are going to see penalty flags aplenty, Coach.
Block in the back, 83 receiving team, 10 yards.
So 1st down and 10 from the 7 for the Blue All-Stars.
This
one
might
back.
be your shot, Red.
You go, pin him deep, get a 3-and-out, and get the ball back. Flag is out, and now we're going to get a stoppage of play. So the flag came out initially.
Demo, false start, 50 blue.
So a false start will pin him even deeper.
Down 26-0, desperately needing a break.
So first and 13, we'll say from the 3.
Manley and Smith, and they're at the quarterback and running back. See if Manley takes it up the middle.
Manley is the tailback, and he'll get the block out in front of his quarterback. Spinning out there is Smith. Smith still on his feet, out across the 7, back to the 8-yard line. So he'll clear the initial line of scrimmage and bring up second down at about 9 here for the Blue All-Stars.
It's a nice call. Manley hard up the middle. Smith goes ahead and pulls it out and just follows him right through the hole. Almost like a power play.
Yeah.
Again, that's probably, I shouldn't say this here, but again, that's Carroll College and that lead option with the Petrino brothers.
Oh, certainly. Second down and 9. Now they'll go out of the shotgun. Split backs there for Lander Smith. Smith will hand it off to Manley. Manley across the 10. Big collision at the 12. That's going to be a gain of 3, nearly 4 for the Blue All-Stars. So that'll bring up third down here. And I'm guessing they'll be looking at about 3, maybe a short 4 for the Blue All-Stars. Third down and 4 officially.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Smith take this on his own.
Smith out of the shotgun again. And he will. He'll get a block on his left, turns it upfield. He's across the 15 to the 17. That's going to be first down yardage. As he needed 4, he gets nearly 5, and that will move the chains for the Blues.
One of these kids that the coaches can just count on for getting that extra yard.
Lander Smith, 6 foot, 190. And one of the truckload of players that will be playing at the next level. He'll play his career here for Montana Tech. Split backs. Smith fakes the handoff, wants to go off the right side this time, and the red all over him, but we have a flag down, and that might be up in that face mask territory, Coach.
Sure seemed to be jerked around.
4:24 left to play here. Horse collar.
Horse collar.
52.
That was one of those calls that when they introduced it, they said they were going to go to it. You felt like you were going to see an awful lot, and really isn't a call you get a whole lot at any level, truthfully. So a big penalty.
Right off on the sideline.
Exactly.
I don't think you see it an awful lot in the interior of the field.
Comes all the way across the 30 to the 33-yard line on the penalty. So first down and 10 here for the Blue All-Stars. 4:18 left to play in the third. Blue All-Stars up 26-0. Lander Smith out of shotgun from Charlo. Hand off to Manley. Manley has a gap across the 30, tripped up at the 40 to the 41. That's going to be a gain of 7.
Manley doing a real nice job of hitting the hole hard.
That'll bring up a very manageable second down and 3 here for the Blue All-Stars. It's always fun to see the different coaching styles in this type of scenario. They'll stay in a pretty tight formation, split backs, tight end left, if you will. Quarterback going to keep it himself. Smith turns the corner, 45-50. Smith heads down. He's across to the 47-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8 on the carry, and that will move the chains for the Blue All-Stars. He does go out of bounds and stop the clock.
Difficult play for that defensive end. He came up hard, tried to get his feet set, but Lander Smith gave him a good little head fake, and he was outside. Then Smith is really dangerous.
3:23 left to play here in the third. Blue with a 26-0 lead. They have the ball on the red side of the 50 for the first time here in the second half. Split backs again. They stay in that same base formation. Looking to throw football this time. Downfield, overthrown, incomplete. Looking for Chase Gardner out of Arlee. Arlee with 3 players here in this ball game tonight.
Most certainly.
Doing some awful good up there in the community of Arlee and throughout not only Montana but the country. Split backs. Red showing blitz here on 2nd and 10. And they'll bring it from the edge. Hand off to the tailback. Spinning there with it is Darbolen. And he'll pick up 2, nearly 3 as he spins into the center.
Good strong blitz from the outside off of that corner, forcing the ball inside where the linebackers were able to clean up.
3 minutes left to play here. Line of scrimmage, come the Blues slowly. They'll stay in that base formation again, real tight on the offensive front. Split backs for Lander Smith. Smith going to keep it. He's going to roll left. Gets around the edge. Turns it upfield. 35. Chopped down at the 32-yard line. He's one of those that is...
by number 71.
He takes you off guard how quick he is. When he turns that corner, it looks like the angles are shut off. And Lander Smith really shows great quickness to get into the open field and get great positive yardage.
He was one of the boys we talked about pre-game. The idea this is one of the kids that you want to watch. He's a very, very tough ball player. But again, a nice tackle out there by Rusvin. It's all over the place. But again, unfortunately, it was an 8-yard run, unfortunately, for the Red. And here goes Manley at the middle.
Yep, Manley will get across the 30. That's going to be a gain of 2. So that defensive front, again, holding court. We're inside 2 minutes left to play here in the third. This is only the third possession of this third quarter. And off to the tailback again. Manley is again tripped up after a gain of 3.
And you're up 26-0. You're moving the chains. You're getting the first down. Be content with driving that ball hard up the middle. Take the time off the clock. Frustrate that Red defense.
Yeah, I would assume they're very happy just burning clock here. Up to the line of scrimmage again. They'll have 1 back, 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Out of the shotgun is Smith. He has all day. Smith looking for the deep ball into the end zone. Back of the end zone, up, incomplete. Hit his receiver in the hands. Chase Gardner was the intended target. That one goes through his hands, out of bounds, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down for the Blue All-Stars at the 28-yard line of the Reds. So 4th down and 8. Dropping back, Smith looking left. Pass complete on the inside screen. Across the 20, 15, 10. Down to the 8-yard line. Pass complete to Chase Gardner. And Gardner moves the chains for the Blue All-Stars. They convert on a quick slant, nice screen, as Gardner gets a nice initial block, and he gets down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for the Blue All-Stars.
Real nice patience by that quarterback again. Smith just sitting in that pocket, throwing a nice strike on that slant. And then a real nice play to go ahead and pick up that first down.
Lander Smith out of the shotgun. Smith has 1 back, 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. 1st down and goal for the 8. Smith's going to run it. Smith turns the corner, looking for the end zone. Smith turns it upfield and gets in. There is a flag down, and I assume we're going to get a hold on the far side receiver.
One would sure guess. But again, he's probably going to come back. But again, Lander Smith, the type of a ball player, I'm going to throw myself at that end zone. I'm coming hard.
So 1st down and goal from the 10. Blue leading 26-0. 1 back, 3 receivers. Out of the shotgun, they'll have put out a bunch of blockers out in front of Smith. He'll go left. Dives down to the 7-yard line. Good pursuit by the defense that time for the Reds. They get multiple bodies out there to the edge and just really don't give him much of anything.
Again, our buddy Rusvin fought off a block and fought off the block and then took on that tackle and still brought down Smith. But that was a really nice defensive play.
2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Blue taking their time getting the play in.
That was the gentleman that we continue to talk about tonight.
They come up to the line of scrimmage. Lander Smith will take it out of the shotgun. 1 back to his right side. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. We have 3 quarters in, and the Blue leading 26-0. They're knocking on the door. 2nd down and goal from the 8. They'll get a shot when we start the 4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. 15 minutes on the clock. We're getting ready here for the 4th quarter. And a false start on the offense. So the Blue will back themselves up 5 more. So penalties have been an issue against both teams here tonight. So the Blue comes back out to the 14-yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 14 for the Blue. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Out of the shotgun again is Smith. In the backfield with him is Colby Manley out of Flint Creek. Drops back, Smith rolling right. Heavy pressure coming. He gets away from 1, but not from 2. He's going to be sacked back at the 26-yard line. Great defensive penetration. Lander Smith couldn't get away. What was 2nd goal from the 14, now going to be 3rd and goal from back at the 26-yard line, Coach.
Clay Kaufman with the sack in this Montana.
And there we go. That's a big one. So Kaufman will get the sack, and Clay Kaufman, as we mentioned earlier, is the grandson of Bob Cleverley playing here in this one tonight. So great play there by Clay Kaufman. He'll go to MSU and try to work towards a career in dentistry. but Kaufman, the grandson of Bob Cleverley, getting the sack here tonight. 3rd down and goal. Dropping back, deep ball right side, partially tipped. Coming back and making the catch is Darbolin.
Coming back to it, but he sure did.
So 4th down and goal from the 12. Man in motion from right to left. Pressure coming. Smith drops it off. They have pressure on the inside. 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Chase Gardner. Gardner gets the catch on a little slipstream, and he'll get in for the score. So the Blue will stretch their lead out 32-0 over the Red All-Stars. And they, I would assume, will go for 2 here.
Great patience by the quarterback sitting in the pocket on that. And again, the defense has got to keep a close watch on him because he's so dangerous. He breaks the pocket. Just sat in there and threw a strike.
So they'll go for 2. They'll split 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Lander Smith will take it out of the shotgun. Smith, handoff to the tailback, and Manley tries to fight his way to the end zone, but he won't get there. He's hauled down from behind by Clay Kaufman, and the 2-point conversion is no good, but the Blue extend their lead 32-0 over the Red All-Stars. 13-33 left to play here in this football game. Back here once again to Bob Green Field. 13-33 left to play here in this football game. Kickoff will go out of bounds. So the red team, looks like this one they're going to make them re-kick, huh?
Correct.
So again, this is a situation we talked that this game is not picked by best player position, so this might be one where Blue just didn't have a kicker. Kickoff to the 15, the return across the 30, 35 out to the 36.
Run down by Lander Smith.
So the Red All-Stars will start at the 36-yard line with that their return, and again it's Bruceman, Wyatt Bruceman, young man out of Shelby, just about everywhere tonight here for the Red All-Stars. Red up to the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield. 1 receiver wide left. Looking at 2 tackles in. Heavy pressure coming. Direct snap. And trying to fight for some space out there is Braden Oberg out of Ennis. And Oberg will fight back to the line of scrimmage and not much more as he'll look to vault his way up. And it looks like we're going to see Ambule back in. Ambule. Actually, no, we've got a tailback in. I apologize. We've got Irvin back in at quarterback, it looks like. And that is the case. Irvin hands it off. Across the 40. Nice stiff arm out to the 43-yard line. With the run that time is Rusty Lucas out of Ennis. Lucas going to get 7 on the carry. 3rd down and 2. Under center. Play action. Looking to throw the football is Irvin. Irvin airs it up, and it's bobbled and dropped at the 40-yard line after a collision. So that's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th and 2 with a deep shot. You almost show your hand. You're going to go for it on 4th down with that pass?
It was difficult, too. The quarterback just couldn't get his feet underneath him. He wasn't able to get a lot on the ball. Ball might have arrived late. The receiver took a pretty good hit.
And this is the big one here on 4th down and 2. You need to convert this. You need to get downfield. 12:03 left to play in this 4th quarter.
Back to an offset eye.
There you go. Pull back to the left side, and they will run behind it. Diving forward, he's going to come up shy.
I think they're going to take it away from him.
Yep. Diving forward with that football was Wyatt Bruceman, and he is going to come up shy. That's going to bring up a turnover on downs. On 4th and 2, he got a little over 1. 2 receivers to the right side. 1st down and 10, turnover on downs to the red 45-yard line. Handoff to the tailback, big hole across the 40, down to the 38-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7 on 1st down, sorry. And that's a hard run right up the middle. Trevor Hogan out of circle with the carry. Noah Nikoloff to the tailback. 2 receivers right. Little slant route to the right side, pass complete to Parks. Parks kicks it out to the edge across the 30 to the 28-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8. And that will move the chains for the Blue.
Another penalty on the
white. Yeah, legs aplenty here on the near side. See what we get from our white hat.
83 Blue. Holding. 83 Blue.
So a 10-yard penalty on the holding will back the Blue up. As they come up, 2 receivers right. Now they'll move them to the left side of the formation. Out there is Jeremy Handy and also Dylan Parks going wide left. 1 back at home with Lane Shaw out of the shotgun. Shaw looking left the whole way, airs it up, pass to the sideline complete as he gets it out there to Parks. Parks turns it upfield, and great second effort. Looks like he has 1st down yardage.
I believe so. Stayed inbound.
Schultz pass complete to Dylan Parks.
Real nice little out pattern here.
Dylan Parks out of Darby, 5'7", 160. He'll move the chains for the Blue All-Stars. Noah Nikoloff out of Culbertson. Boy, really had a couple of great series there where he was just north-south, just grinding yardage. He'll get the ball here. Hits a wall of red, but still pulls him forward for a gain of 5.
He's sure moving that pile.
He's tough. Listed at 5'11", 180. And his, I've been very impressed with his north-south running here tonight. 10:20 left to play here in this ball game. The Blue All-Stars
30-yard line in 2nd and 5.
happy to burn some clock here as they come up looking at
like
2nd and 5.
It seems like that red defense is trying to creep up a little to stop this run.
Nikoloff across the 25 out to the 22-yard line. That's first down yard and a gain of 7. So Noah Nikoloff, as we mentioned, will go to Dickinson State. Play a little football out there for the Hawks.
Pete Stanton.
Indeed. Yeah, he knows something, a little something about Montana football.
He sure does. Coached in this game.
Yeah, no joke. One back, 2 receivers. Ball goes to the ground. Red's going to get it. That's a tremendous effort. I believe Ryan Van Tyne creates that turnover, and he gets the loose ball.
Ryan Van
Tyne out of Shelby. This young man going to the National Guard out of high school. Then he plans to go to UM Western for school. But Van Tyne creates that turnover, and the Red will take over at their 28-yard line. Yeah, if you score, you get the football back, so you can certainly rack up some points quickly. But again, you need to break that plane for the first time. 1 receiver on each side, 1 back at home for the Red All-Stars. Ball at the 29-yard line, in at quarterback handoff. Looks like Manley diving across the 35 out to the 36-yard line.
And Bruceman on the carry.
As Noah Ambule in at quarterback. And see what the Red All-Stars bring out here.
It's rather difficult to get a 2-minute offense in 4 days, but
yeah,
we'll see how much they can hurry up.
As you mentioned, I apologize, Bruceman at tailback. 2nd down at 4. Bruceman will get the carry. Nope, quarterback going to keep it himself. Ambule turns the corner. 40 out to the 44-yard line before he is wrapped up and taken down out of the field of play.
Walks out of bounds and stops the clock. And I'm not sure there shouldn't be a penalty flag along with it.
Yeah, he was taken down well out of the field of play. So a fresh set of downs here for the Red All-Stars. Add to that resume.
The Grizzlies play him.
Honestly, I agree with you. 1 back, 2 receivers. Pass goes left side, complete out to midfield as he's chopped down. That's Pete Henderson. Henderson out of Shoto.
Pete Henderson on the reception.
He'll make the catch, and that's going to be a gain of 7. Blue given a little bit more of a cushion on each side at corner here as this one comes to a close. 2nd down and 4 for the Red All-Stars. 1 receiver on each side for Ambule. Ambule 6'3", 220. Hand off to his tailback. Bouncing out to the left side with it.
Smart play. Pick up 8 yards, get out of bounds.
By Bruceman on the carry.
Well, I don't know if you saw it or not, but they've got a receiver at the top up here that's just uncovered.
Okay.
They can go automatic and just get that ball to him immediately. The defensive back is probably 12 yards off of him.
Bruceman with the carry there, moving the chains again.
Take a look at number 4 at the top of the screen.
No one's on him at all.
There it is.
And they're going to run out, and the pass underthrown. That's going to fall incomplete. It went down around the ankles of the receiver as Ambule tried to get it out there to Ethan Vincent. It falls incomplete.
That one got him wide open, and then we put it into the ground to his feet.
2nd and 10.
Frustrating. Again, they're giving a huge cushion on the receiver at the top of the...
Ambule keeps it, and he'll try and lean forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing there. He put it in the belly of Wyatt Bruceman that whole time on that read option. And never did give it to him. He kept it. There's a flag down, and Ambule acting as though it is against the Blue All-Stars. And it is a face mask.
Blue.
So a 5-yard variety. As here they come up to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver wide right.
84 is given a 12-yard cushion.
Play action. Ambule airs it up to the sideline, and that's going to fall incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
He was looking for Ethan Vincent again. And it's an interesting cushion as well. They're not going directly over. They're guarding the center of the field. They're almost kind of giving up the sideline And with that route, they were kind of trying to take advantage of that, and it just falls incomplete.
And a difficult situation where the quarterback has been on all night long, and just last couple of plays, it's not quite so much.
3rd down and 7 here for the Red All-Stars. They trail 32-0. Snap goes over Ambuel's head. Single hops at Ambule, rolls, turns, looking downfield. He's going to air it up, and that's going to fall incomplete. So a busted play. That snap went way over Ambule's head. He's able to single hop it, tries to turn and air it up downfield. It falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down here for the Red All-Stars. 7:47 remaining here in this football game.
If they give them the same defense they did before, the Red could very easily run a real quick out right at that stick, pick up that 1st down, and try to save this drive.
Again, huge corners, the cushions at the corner, and now the right tackle on that side is going to bounce. So what was 4th down and 6? Now going to bring up 4th down and 11 for the Red. 4th down and 10.
Really huge cushion.
Drop it back, looking left. Ambule has time. Ambule now forced out of the pocket to his right. Ambule calls for help. He turns the corner. Ambule dives, and Ambule's going to get 1st down yardage. On 4th down and 10, Ambule dives across the defender, and he'll move the chains. That's a big-time play by your quarterback, and Noah Ambule out of Great Falls Central, and that will move the chains for the Red All-Stars. 7:35 remaining in the football game.
Great effort. They get him stopped. Poor guy's lost all momentum at the last second. I'm just going to stop and dive. See if I can't pick up that 1st down, stretch the ball out as far as I can.
7:24 left to play. Yeah, it's an outstanding effort by Ambule. 2 receivers, 1 back at home. Straight ahead down to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4 for Bruceman. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6, maybe a long 6 here for the Red All-Stars. Red breaks the huddle and comes up to the line of scrimmage. Noah Ambule out of Great Falls Central. Still at quarterback. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, empty backfield. Now coming into the backfield is Bruceman. Stays to the left hip of Ambule. They're going to run quick out to the edge, overthrown, incomplete. Looking for Ethan Vincent. And that one sails over the 6-footer's head. That'll bring up 3rd down here for the Reds. Feels like all of their 3rd downs have been long 3rd downs.
It's really had to work for it.
3rd and 6.
1 back, 2 receivers here for Ambule. Play action. Pass on the right side. It bobbles and drops. He was looking for Ethan Vincent that time on the quick turnaround. Got that bubble hook up top. Hit him in the hands. Just couldn't hold on to it. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Red. And again, the corner is waved. Corners are actually outside the sticks on both sides. They'll run split backs with 1 receiver right. Play action. As Ambule looking to throw. Right, lobs it off. Pass complete down to the 10-yard line. Nice touch by Ambule. And a great catch by the receiver that time. Getting up slowly is Pete Henderson out of Shodo. But Henderson holds onto it, moves the chains for the Red All-Stars. They'll spot it at the 11, 1st and 10 from the 11.
It's a pretty play. Almost an old-fashioned cross-back, taking the 1st back and the 2nd back. Quarterback sets his feet, moves a little bit in the pocket to try to find it, and then just put it up, lets the boy run under it.
Yeah, Henderson was the 2nd back in the backfield that they play action to. Ambule looking right. Rifle shot inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Pass complete. That's a nice pitch and catch, and that goes right back into the hands of Pete Henderson out of Shodo. Handoff. Nope. Quarterback. The ball comes out. Quarterback gets in with it. Is Noah Ambule again with that read option. Put it in the belly of Wyatt Bruceman. And Ambule kept it. He gets into the end zone, and Red will get their 1st touchdown of the night with 5:37 left to play. But we have a holding penalty, and it's a defensive holding, so Red will get their 1st touchdown of the night. Noah Ambule on the read option. He keeps it himself, gets across for 6.
It's a tough play for that defense because they have to honor Ruben, and the quarterback's just going to go ahead. Noah holds it out for just a second and pulls it and walks into the end zone.
So
nice
the
play.
1st touchdown of the night for the Red, and they'll come out with a swinging gate. Only 1 center. Now the offensive line comes across and will set up for the PAT.
Butte Central shift.
And Bruceman handling the kicking duties, gets it up and knocks it through. So 7 points on the board. 32-7 our score. The Blue All-Stars with the lead. But remember, the Red will get the football back when we come back after this 1-minute timeout. So the Blue will kick off here to the Red All-Stars. As we mentioned, the Red gets the football back with 5:37 left to play here in the game. End-over-end kick inside the 10, taken at the 6, bobbled. It's still on the turf, picked up. Return going to the right. Cut back at the 15-yard line, in trouble. Chopped down to 17.
On the return.
So the return out to the 17-yard line. The Red All-Stars will have a lot of turf between them and more points here as this ball game reels to a close. First down and 10 for the Red. Empty backfield. And quarterback is Irvin. 2 receivers each way. Irvin looking right. Pass is up and looks like they're going to say a catch out to the 24-yard line. Boy, that was a nice catch in heavy traffic that time. As with the catch, it looked like Cooper Davis. And they'll wave it off. The white hat will come in and say that was not a catch. So that'll be...
It was real difficult to understand how it could be a catch and not a fumble. The boy did go ahead and fight for the football. He brought it in, but then that ball popped out.
Yeah, there were 2 defenders on him. And, yeah, he never really had full control of that football. It does pop out on the replay. So a good call by the White Hat to overrule it. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Red All-Stars.
Always nice when the officiating crews will talk with one another and just be sure they get it right.
2 receivers each way. Snap goes low. Still loose on the turf. Blue's going to get it. That snap went into the shins of Irvin, and he had trouble trying to find it. Blue dives on that loose ball, and it looked like Timothy Wright out of circle getting that fumble recovery, and the Blue All-Stars will take over with 5:07 left to play in the contest. They'll have the football at the Red 15-yard line. So the Blue All-Stars back out offensively. Lane Shaw out of our lead will be running the offense. 1 tailback with him. That's Noah Nikoloff. Pass goes out on the right flat, complete. Little spin move out on the edge. Trying to find somewhere to go out there is Dylan Parks. And Parks with some fancy footwork and some great balance. Trying to find somewhere to go, but just no running room at all. He does get 3 positive yards, though.
He does work hard.
Boy, he put his offhand down about 3 times to pivot and keep his balance. And great job out there at the corner position by Rusty Lucas out of Ennis, just never falling or never biting for the move.
Running the stumble bum drill, fighting for every yard.
2nd down and 7. 1 back, 1 receiver each side. Dropping back, looking for the corner pylon route, going up and getting the pick. That's a big-time interception that time by Wyatt Bruceman. Bruceman is having a monster. And Bruceman will get the interception for the Red, and they'll get the football back at their 1-yard line. So Bruceman with the interception. As a jump ball, Bruceman steps in front of the offensive player, goes up and gets it at the high point. That's a great football play by Wyatt Bruceman. So here comes the Red up to the line of scrimmage. 1 back, 1 receiver each way. We were given our all-star ballots, and they obviously didn't listen to us much, Coach. Uh-oh. Handoff going to go up the middle, a gain of 3. Feel like we should go ahead and change a couple of these.
I think so.
We were expecting some storms today, and have just had nothing great weather tonight. 2nd and 7, 1 back, 1 receiver each way. Trying to keep it between the guards and pound it straight ahead, and a gain of 1. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6 here for the Red All-Stars. Clock continues to run. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in this contest. 3rd down and 6. At quarterback is Damon Irvin. 1 receiver on each side. Irvin looking right. Pump fake once. Downfield. Pass complete across the 11. Should be 1st down yardage. A nice pitch and catch that time out on that far side. Nice reception by Luke Marmon.
Good timing route. Let's get down there hard. Let's get to that 1st down, then turn back inside and get it there. Get it out of bounds.
They'll stop the clock to move the chains. They'll get them set and restart. Red squad back up to the line of scrimmage. 1 back here once again for Damon Irvin out of Shelby. Irvin. Handoff will go to the tailback. Little breathing room in there. That's going to be a gain of 3 on the ground. Didn't feel like there was that much running room initially, and somehow Blaine Cahoot was able to find a little bit of a lane. I think we give him the gold medal for the finest name here this weekend.
Certainly.
Second down and 7 for the Red All-Stars. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left to play here in the contest. Out of the shotgun again is Damon Irvin.
Blue playing a pretty loose defense.
Irvin looking right. They run the screen out to the edge and going nowhere. Great defensive pressure that time. They get it out into the hands of Mormon, and Mormon is swallowed up quickly. Jeremy Handy from Scobie, one of the first there to make contact. Third down and 7, and as you mentioned, wholesale substitution. And they'll run an offset I formation. Rolling out of the pocket right side is Irvin. Irvin looking downfield. That one's going to sail incomplete. On third down and 7, they were looking downfield for Clay Kaufman. They're looking for the young man out of Ennis. Couldn't complete it. That'll bring up 4th down here for the Red All-Stars. So once again, looking for Clev's grandson down the edge. The other thing I loved about the story about his grandson playing in this game is he didn't want anyone to know that he was Bob Cleverley's grandson. He wanted to get into this game under his own merit.
On his own merit.
Yeah, that's just an outstanding story on a great young man.
But again, obviously growing up with this game, but setting that goal, that's
4th and 7. Deep ball is complete across midfield on the right side. 40.
Pass complete. Cooper Davis.
Down to the 30-yard line. That's a great pitch and catch, and Rusty Lucas out of Ennis. He gets the reception. That'll move the chains for the Red. Down to the blue 31-yard line on 4th down and 6. They go deep. They get down to the blue 32.
One Ennis receiver to another Ennis receiver.
That's a really nice play. Great slant route. 1 minute, 13 seconds left to play. I formation here for the Red. Hand off to the deep back, trying to turn the corner across the 30, 25 down to the 23-yard line.
Good pickup and out of bounds.
With that catch, Pat Node out there with it. First down and 10 here for the Red. I formation. They'll stack it up again. Play action, looking to throw this time is Irvin. Irvin airs it up. Pass going to fall incomplete with 57 seconds remaining. Jack Hickey was the intended target out of the Tri-City. Here come the Red up to the line of scrimmage again. Under a minute left to play here in this ball game. 3 receivers stacked up in a triangle on the right side. Drop it back. Irvin airs it up. He goes complete out to the right side to Lucas. Lucas down near first down yard. It's going to be just shy. As Rusty Lucas, the young man out of Ennis, will make another big catch here this series.
And he delivered a blow.
40 seconds left to play in the game.
Nice reception. Knocked the defensive back backward. Good, tough football.
So the Red team will spike the ball on 3rd down and 1. And they'll have it out near 4th and 2 here with 34 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Almost seems like on that short yardage scenario, instead of spiking, you just stand up, you come out in the eye, just either quarterback keep it, hand it to your fullback, and just pound it ahead.
Yes.
4th down and a long one. I formation here for the Red at the 12-yard line. Deep pitch will go left. Trying to find the corner and not going to make it. Ethan Vincent gets the pitch, and the blue gets out there quickly. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, a loss of 5, if not more, on a huge defensive play by the blue.
And again, I'm not sure what the thought process was with that spike. But again, they've got 4 days to get that offense in and to get all these scenarios in where you might be, campus can be a real quick hit. We've got a couple, we've got an audible, but 4 days is tough to get all these things in.
27 seconds remaining here in this contest.
Number 22, Dar Bowling.
And as they announce the MVPs here of this contest over the PA, we'll do that at the conclusion of this football game. So the blue will come up. They'll drop into the victory formation, take 1 snap, and they'll come out of here with a victory. The blue will take the snap. They'll take a knee. And this one will go into the record book. 32-7 is our final. The Blue All-Stars will take down the Red All-Stars here in the 36th annual Bob Cleverley 8-Man All-Star Classic here from Bob Green Field in Butte, Montana. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the MVPs, and we'll wrap this one up, ladies and gentlemen. Bob Green Field. Once again, Lou gets the win 32-7. We're back here after this 2-minute timeout.